Choosing Peace. Chapter 10. It is what it is. Releasing what you cannot control and finding freedom in letting go. It is what it is. For words that are not giving up. For words that are setting yourself free. The old me reacted before breathing. Something would happen, a difficult person, an unexpected change, a situation I could not control, and before I had even finished processing it, my stress was already spiking and my reaction was already on its way out. There was no gap between the trigger and the response. It was instant, automatic, and it cost me every time. The new me breathes before reacting. Not always perfectly. Not every single time without exception. But enough that the difference is real and noticeable. Most of all to me. And here is something worth knowing about the people who used to get a reaction from me. Some of them still try. They push the same buttons they always pushed, looking for the old version to show up. And when it does not, when it just rolls off instead of landing, something interesting happens. I feel better. They do not get what they came for. And I walk away with my peace still intact. That is what it is actually means in practice. It is not resignation. It is not passivity. It is not pretending that hard things are not hard. It is what it is my way of taking a deep breath. It is the moment I choose my response instead of simply having one. What it is not. Before we go further, I want to clear something up because this phrase gets misunderstood. It is what it is not giving up. It is not telling yourself that nothing matters or that you should accept mistreatment or stay in situations that are genuinely harming you. It is not indifference. A person who has truly found peace is not a person who stopped caring. They are a person who learned to direct their care wisely instead of scattering it in every direction, including toward things they can never change. It is not weakness. In fact, it is one of the hardest things a reactive person can learn to do. To feel the pull of a strong emotion and choose not to be swept away by it takes more strength than simply going wherever the feeling leads. It is what it is the phrase of a person who has decided that their inner peace is worth more than being right, worth more than winning the reaction, and worth more than carrying what was never theirs to carry. The only thing you can actually control. Here is the truth that Stoic philosophers were teaching thousands of years ago, and that modern psychology has confirmed over and over. You cannot control what happens to you. You cannot control other people, their behavior, their choices, their moods, or what they decide to do with their lives. You cannot control outcomes, circumstances, the economy, the weather, or the 1,000 other variables that make up a day. What you can control is your reaction, your response, the meaning you attach to what happens, the amount of your energy you decide to give to something, whether you engage or step back, whether you carry it or set it down. That is actually a lot. It is not everything, but it is the part that matters most because it is the part that determines your inner experience of your own life. When you stop spending energy trying to control what you cannot and start investing it in the one thing you actually can, your reactions, everything shifts. Not because the world becomes easier, but because you stop fighting the parts of it that were never yours to fight. Your reaction is your territory. Protect it and tend it like it matters. Because it does. The button pushers. Let us talk about the people who try to find the old you. When you begin to change, not everyone celebrates it. Some people genuinely miss the version of you that was easier to provoke, easier to guilt, easier to pull into drama. They knew how to get a reaction, and that reaction, however uncomfortable, was familiar. It was predictable. It gave them a sense of influence over you. When that reaction stops coming, some people push harder. They escalate. They try different approaches. They bring up old wounds or make pointed comments or create situations designed to test whether the shift is real. This is not always conscious or malicious. Sometimes people simply do not know how to relate to a calmer version of you because they only ever knew the reactive one. The pushing is their way of looking for the familiar. Your job is not to explain yourself or defend your growth. Your job is simply to keep being the new version of yourself consistently. Every time you hold your peace when someone tries to take it, you are not just protecting yourself. You are demonstrating something real. When it rolls off you instead of landing, you feel better. That feeling is your proof that the work is real. Releasing what you cannot change. There is a particular kind of exhaustion that comes from holding on to things you cannot change. The conversation that went badly. The decision someone else made that affected you. the opportunity that did not come through, the person who disappointed you, the situation that unfolded in a way you did not want and could not prevent. Holding these things does not change them. It does not fix them or undo them or make them better. All it does is cost you present energy to pay for past events that are already finished. Releasing is not the same as forgetting. It is not pretending something did not happen or that it did not matter. It is simply the decision to stop paying today's peace for yesterday's pain. A practical way to release something is to ask yourself honestly, is holding this changing anything? Is it solving the problem, improving the situation, or bringing me closer to where I want to be? If the answer is no, then holding it is only serving the drain. And you have spent enough time feeding the drain. You are allowed to put it down. Whatever it is. You are allowed to stop carrying it today. Living in the moment as a daily practice. So much of our stress lives in time that is not now. Worry lives in the future. Regret and resentment live in the past. The present moment, the actual now, is almost always more manageable than either of those places. Right now, in this moment, you are reading. You are breathing. You are here. Whatever is coming tomorrow and whatever happened before, right now you are okay. Right now there is enough. Living in the moment does not mean ignoring the future or pretending the past did not happen. It means not letting either of those places steal the peace that belongs to right now. It means noticing when your mind has traveled somewhere that is costing you and gently bringing it back. The daily reset from Chapter 9 supports this. Gratitude in the morning brings you into the present. The end-of-day acknowledgement, I am home, I am protected, I am safe, brings you back to the present. It is what it is keeps you in the present when something tries to pull you into reaction. The present moment is where your peace lives. Everything else is just a story your mind is telling about somewhere it is not. It is what it is as a daily philosophy. I want you to think of these 4 words not just as a phrase you use occasionally, but as a daily way of moving through the world. When the traffic is bad, it is what it is, I will get there when I get there. When someone is difficult, it is what it is, I cannot change them, I can only choose my response. When plans fall apart, it is what it is, I will adjust and keep going. When old patterns try to creep back in, it is what it is, I am still learning and that is okay. When the day is harder than expected, it is what it is, I will get through it and come home to my peace. This is not a phrase of defeat. It is a phrase of mastery. It is what someone says when they have decided that their inner state is worth protecting from things outside their control. When they have learned that the breath before the reaction is more powerful than the reaction itself. It is what it is. Said not in resignation but in deep and practiced freedom. The old you reacted before breathing. The new you breathes before reacting. That single shift between those 2 sentences is not small. That is everything. That is the whole journey. And you are already on it. Coming up in Chapter 11. You are not who you were. Owning your growth without apology.